Do you think a Tesla stock buyback will happen soon? Numerous investors have been calling for a stock buyback. According to an expert, a Tesla stock buyback will be possible if this happens. Don't miss this info. If Tesla could make 10 million vehicles per year, have an operating profit of $15,000 per vehicle, that would be $150 billion of operating profit per year. And if investors gave a 30 multiple off of that, that would be $4.5 trillion. With the hypothetical $150 billion in operating profit, Tesla could probably use most of that money to do stock buybacks, says Tesla bull Dave Lee. Like earlier mentioned, a lot of Tesla investors call for a stock buyback. What is a stock buyback? A stock buyback occurs when a company buys back its shares from the marketplace with its accumulated cash. Also known as a share repurchase, a stock buyback allows a company to reinvest in itself. The repurchased shares are absorbed by the company, reducing the number of outstanding shares on the market. A buyback benefits shareholders by increasing the percentage of ownership held by each investor by reducing the total number of outstanding shares. In the case of a buyback, the company is concentrating its shareholder value rather than diluting it. Moreover, companies benefit from a stock buyback because it can preserve stock prices, consolidate ownership, and take the place of dividends. Investors can benefit because they receive their capital back. However, a repurchase doesn't always benefit investors. Even in May, Leo Koguan, the third largest individual shareholder of Tesla stock, called on the EV maker to announce a $15 billion stock buyback as the company's share price continues to fall. In a tweet to Martin Vicha, head of investor relations at Tesla, Koguan said the company should immediately announce its plans to buy back $5 billion of Tesla shares this year and $10 billion next year. He added that Tesla should use its free cash flow to fund the buyback and that it shouldn't affect its existing $18 billion cash reserves. In another tweet, Koguan said Tesla's free cash flow amounted to $2.2 billion in the first quarter of the year. He added that he expects it to climb to $8 billion this year and $17 billion next year after capital expenditures have been factored in. He also said that Tesla can invest in full self-driving, its Optimus bot, and new factories while also buying back its undervalued stocks. Leo Koguan has quietly amassed one of the single biggest stakes in Elon Musk's company in 2021. Although Koguan is a billionaire in his own right, he shared through a tweet in September 2021 that the value of his supposed holdings soared to $4 billion, $5 billion, and finally to more than $7 billion in the said year. "I believe in Elon's great mission," Koguan said in a tweet. Speculation on a buyback started around the second week of October when Musk responded to a tweet from Koguan that said, "Tesla is having a PE ratio compression that can be solved only by a buyback and/or by 2x earnings increase." Musk simply replied, "Noted," which fueled speculation that Tesla could launch its first ever share buyback. Founder of SHI International and Indonesian-born billionaire Leo Koguan is a long-term Tesla bull who currently owns about 23,201,500 shares of the EV company. Evidently, Leo Koguan has been a strong advocate for Tesla's share buyback. Koguan believes that Tesla will have a huge market cap by 2030 if it can do a $1 trillion buyback between 2026 and 2023. Through a tweet, Koguan requested that Tesla does a $100 billion share buyback from 2022 to 2026, and then another $1 trillion buyback from 2026 to 2030. The billionaire investor shared that if Tesla buys back its shares at $1,000 per share between 2026 to 2030, it will remove $1 billion out of the 3.14 billion shares available today, reducing the number of outstanding shares to around 2.14 billion. Since there will be fewer shares available for investors, the stock price can potentially soar to $5,000 from $3,000 per share. As Tesla CEO Elon Musk sold more Tesla shares in recent days, Koguan said in a tweet, "To reverse, Elon sold over $35.7 billion in Tesla stock. Tesla or Elon or both do buybacks, $35.7 billion. So it's a huge amount. I only propose $5 to $10 billion buybacks this year due to Tesla's cash availability to allow healthy reserves for emergency without borrowing money or issuing bonds." Still, Koguan remains bullish on Tesla. On the same day, Koguan posted, "My conviction is unwavering. I rise and fall with Tesla. got 52,300 shares more. I am blessed with 23,306,200 lucky shares. Tesla bull Dave Lee says a Tesla stock buyback is not entirely impossible, as others are led to believe. Lee explained that if Tesla could make 10 million vehicles per year and have an operating profit of $15,000 per vehicle, there would be $150 billion of operating profit per year. And if investors gave a 30 multiple off of that, that would be $4.5 trillion. With the hypothetical $150 billion in operating profit, Tesla could probably use most of that money to do stock buybacks, says Lee. Lee continued to explain that Tesla doesn't have much capital expenditure needs, so about 80% to 90% of that money could be used towards stock buybacks. Let's say Tesla is able to buy back $150 billion of stock per year. Give it 4 or 5 years, that's about $600 to $750 billion. Not quite the $1 trillion that Koguan Leo is suggesting, said Lee. However, there are several factors at play here. First, if Tesla FSD becomes truly successful, then Tesla can boost the operating profit per vehicle. For example, Tesla can get a $20,000 or even $25,000 operating profit per vehicle. 10 million vehicles a year would boost operating profits up to $250 billion a year. Spread out over 4 to 5 years, that's $1 trillion to $1.25 trillion. If that happens, Tesla could buy back $1 trillion over that period. Another factor that may well possibly work in Tesla's favor is the humanoid robot Optimus. If Optimus faces a huge success and Tesla can ramp up Optimus faster than most people think, perhaps by 2028 to 2029, Tesla will sell Optimus. If Tesla can get around $20 of operating profit for each humanoid robot and sell around 20 million humanoid robots in 1 year, that would give them $400 billion of operating profits just off of Optimus. Spread that out over 4 years, that's well over $1 trillion. Tesla could use that right for stock buybacks. However, note that this assumption is highly dependent on Tesla's execution. During the recent Tesla Q3 earnings call, Tesla CEO Elon Musk talked about a stock buyback, among other things. We've debated the stock buyback idea extensively at the board level. The board generally thinks that it makes sense to do a buyback, but we want to work through the right process to do a buyback, but it's certainly possible for us to do a buyback on the order of $5 to $10 billion, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said. Musk explained that even in the downside scenario next year, although 2023 may prove to be a difficult year, Tesla still has the ability to do a $5 to $10 billion buyback. Of course, this is still evidently pending board review and approval. It's likely that we'll do some meaningful buyback, Musk said. He added that while the market team revolves around the short term, it's very important to focus on the long term. In yet another tweet, Koguan cited a profit model for Tesla's robotaxi. He stated that Tesla could produce its own small robotaxi with 200% profit per year by selling the vehicle at $100,000 per FSD to private owners and collecting up to 20 to 40% fees. Koguan believes that shareholders will benefit greatly from the returns if Tesla can successfully put this plan into motion. Like most Tesla bulls, Koguan claims that he is more bullish on Tesla's future. Like Musk, Koguan believes that Tesla will have an incredible Q4 this year. Tesla's third largest individual shareholder, Leo Koguan, is reported to have made a fortune by going all in on Tesla. Recently, Koguan, who is also the founder of IT provider SHI International, was named one of the Forbes 400 for 2022. In a November 9, 2022 tweet, Koguan revealed that he is currently holding 23,306,200 Tesla shares. I founded SHI International in 1989, now $14.5 billion private company without borrowing from a bank. Why? Like Tesla, we build negative working capital models. Employees are equipped with information in their fingertips, so each is 3x more productive than our competitors, Leo Koguan said in a tweet. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for huge Tesla stock updates.